I got everyone's blessing. Your father, your mom, your sisters. They all here. So I just got one question for you, Steve.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Our top story, we are learning more about Kyla O'Neal. She was shot and killed outside an Amazon warehouse in Lakeville on Sunday.
On a cold Sunday night, the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Lakeville, Minnesota, was a place of routine. Workers shuffled to their cars, headlights cut through the gloom, and the air was thick with the quiet hum of a business wrapping up its day. It's a place where nothing is supposed to happen. It's a place where you expect to feel safe. But what happens when that feeling of safety is shattered by a single act of violence? The chaos that followed was immediate. A 911 call reporting a shooting. Emergency vehicles swarmed the lot, their flashing lights painting the scene in stark reds and blues. Inside one of the cars, a woman lay unresponsive, 31-year-old Kyla O'Neal. She was 9 months pregnant, and her life was fading away right there, in the most unexpected of places. How did a routine night turn into a scene of such profound heartbreak and violence? At Hennepin County Medical Center, a different kind of frantic energy took over. The medical team knew Kyla couldn't be saved, but they fought for one life that was still clinging to a chance. In a heroic and heartbreaking attempt, doctors performed an emergency C-section. And against all odds, they successfully delivered a baby boy. Kyla had already named him Messiah. But Messiah wasn't safe. He was delivered into a world fighting for his survival, a direct consequence of the violence inflicted upon his mother. This wasn't a random incident. It was the final, brutal chapter of a story that started long before that night. It was the result of a controlling and destructive relationship. To understand this tragedy, we have to ask, what truly led to this moment? The footprints of this crime are scattered across a timeline of betrayal and escalating threats. They tell a story of a woman with a future full of hope and a man who wouldn't let her have it. If you're ready to uncover the full story and learn the lessons hidden within this case, hit that like button to help us share this important message. What we find might change how you view the world around you. Welcome to True Crime Footprint, where we unveil the darkest mysteries and the most terrifying true crime tales. Kindly hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our new stories. Your support keeps these stories alive. Sacramento, California's capital, is known as the City of Trees and the farm-to-fork capital, famous for its lush greenery and vibrant local food scene. Its historic old Sacramento waterfront and bustling downtown offer a welcoming atmosphere. However, the city also faces a significant struggle with crime. Sacramento has a higher-than-average crime rate, and gun violence is a particular concern. Before Kyla O'Neal became a headline, she was a person, a mother of 3 who was about to have her 4th child. To her friends and family, she was Princess Dior. She was funny, outspoken, and incredibly driven. Kyla was an entrepreneur, a talented hairstylist, but she was also working towards something bigger, a nursing degree. She had a clear vision for her family and was working tirelessly to build a better life for her and her children. Her mother said, all she ever thought about doing was making a life for her and her kids. She was looking forward to this birth. The joy of bringing a new life into the world filled her with profound hope. But a future full of hope can feel impossible when a relationship is defined by control and betrayal. Kyla's fiancé, Dante Raphael McCrae, was the father of her newborn son, Messiah, and another of her children. They worked at the same Amazon facility, a connection that now feels like a cruel twist of fate. The troubles between them weren't a secret. The family had noticed a pattern of escalating aggression from Dante. He had even made a chilling statement to Kyla and others. You all ain't bulletproof. He had threatened to kill her if she ever brought another man near his children. This wasn't a sudden outburst. It was a storm gathering strength.
Girl, light my baby candles. Light the rest of them. Make sure they lit up.
On the doorsteps of 31-year-old Kyla O'Neal's apartment,
She been here a month. This month on the 5th. She just moved here.
balloons and candlelights drive out the darkness that lingers, keeping Katina O'Neal up at night since her pregnant daughter was shot and killed.
I gotta go the rest of my life without my baby.
Police say this man, her fiancé, 32-year-old Dante McCrae, shot O'Neal outside the Amazon warehouse in Lakeville Sunday night.
My sister didn't deserve that.
Katina says the problem started with infidelity, which she says McCrae admitted to when they came to visit just hours before her daughter was killed.
So when he told me, it's like, oh, well, Ma, it's a baby. I looked, I said, so you didn't cheat, you got a child? He like, yeah.
Katina says after a physical altercation that afternoon, the couple went their separate ways. O'Neal went for a drive.
She said, I want to go alone. So I'm thinking she's going to vent.
Her mother says her caring heart led her back to McCrae.
I should just told her, girl, I'm going anyway. You know, he was on his way to work and she took him to work. Even though all that they did there, she still went and picked him up and took him to work.
Where she and investigators say things took a turn.
And he went in the back of her car in her back door and grabbed her gun out of her purse and aimed it at her and shot her.
O'Neal was rushed to the hospital where she later died, her baby Messiah now fighting for his life.
No brain activity. He's not breathing on his own.
As candles shine a light in hope of saving others from this family's darkness.
Domestic violence. If you involved in anyone like this, just get away and stay away. Well, leave silently. You don't even say your plans. Just find an escape.
Just hours before the shooting, Kyla's mother, Katina, recounted a conversation with Dante. He confessed to fathering another child with a different woman while Kyla was pregnant. This was the final straw. Kyla immediately ended the relationship. The dreams she had for her family, her new baby, and her life were suddenly under threat. What happens when a man loses control and believes he has nothing left to lose? What do you think was going through Kyla's mind in those final moments? Let me know in the comments below, and please subscribe to follow the rest of her story. The arguments between Kyla and Dante didn't end with her decision to break up. January 8th, 2023 was a day of continuous turmoil. There had even been a physical altercation. Following their fight, the two separated. Kyla went for a drive, needing to clear her head. Dante, on the other hand, reportedly took a ride to his mother's house, taking his belongings with him. But Kyla had a compassionate heart and a lingering sense of duty. She returned to pick him up and take him to work at the Amazon warehouse. This choice, so often a part of a destructive cycle, brought them together for the last time. As they arrived at the facility, Dante claimed he needed to clear guns from his bags, saying he was worried about the children's safety. A witness would later say he was very familiar with firearms. The claim was a smokescreen. Security camera footage would later show the true, harrowing sequence of events. Dante got out of the car, the vehicle started to pull away, but he ran alongside it. Kyla then put the car in reverse, and the open rear door struck him, pushing him backward. That single moment, that physical contact, was all it took. It ignited his rage. As Kyla pulled the car to a stop, Dante opened fire. He claimed it was an accident, that he didn't know a round was in the chamber. But Kyla's sister offered a different version, one that police would later investigate, that he grabbed a gun from Kyla's purse in the back seat. Regardless of the weapon's origin, the outcome was the same. A single bullet struck Kyla in the neck, severing her cervical spine. In that car, surrounded by the ordinary flow of a Sunday night, Kyla's life ended. But in the chaos that followed, another was just beginning. A newborn son, delivered by emergency C-section, was fighting for every single breath.
Tonight, family and friends of Kyla O'Neal are holding a prayer vigil. She was pregnant with her fourth child when she was shot and killed. That baby was delivered by C-section at the hospital and is in critical condition. It happened in the parking lot of the Amazon warehouse in Lakeville on Sunday night. Court records say that she had been arguing most of the day with 32-year-old Dante McCray, the father of her unborn child. Today, Dakota County prosecutors charged McCray with second-degree murder. They say if the baby doesn't survive, he will face additional charges. WCCO's Reg Chapman has more on what led up to this family tragedy.
He didn't deserve what happened to her. She had a promising future.
Katina O'Neal fights back tears as she talks about her daughter Kyla. A single bullet to the neck took her life. She was in a car in the Amazon parking lot with the father of her unborn child when the shot was fired. Kyla was taken to Hennepin Healthcare where she died, but doctors delivered her baby boy Messiah.
You know, they went through it. You know, as a couple. I mean, they all go through it, but sometimes it got a little physical, sometimes it didn't.
Court records say the day she was killed, 32-year-old Dante McCray and Kyla were arguing.
She broke it off with him, asked him to leave.
According to the criminal complaint, McCray got a ride to his mother's home with all his belongings.
Last time I seen her, she was getting in her car. That's the last time I seen her. I tried to go with her. She said, "No, Mama, I want to go alone." So I thought she was going to bed and deal with what she just went through by herself.
But court records say Kyla went to McCray's mom's home to pick him up and take him to work in Lakeville. He had a gun in his bag. McCray claimed he tried to clear the weapon of any live ammunition and it went off, hitting Kyla. O'Neal told investigators a different story.
I guess this time it's just he couldn't deal with the simple fact that she was leaving him.
She says she stepped in to separate the pair that day because McCray was being aggressive with Kyla. Court records say McCray told Kyla if she had another man around his kids, he would kill her. He also told Kyla and her family members, "You all ain't bulletproof." After seeing surveillance video, McCray finally admitted to raising the gun, pointing it at Kyla and pulling the trigger.
If you are in a relationship where threats and anger are becoming more frequent, please hear this. Your safety is the most important thing. What feels like an obligation can be a dangerous trap. It's not your job to fix a person who chooses violence. There are people who can help you, and you deserve to be safe. Kyla's tragic death was not the end of the suffering. In the hospital, her newborn son, Messiah, was fighting for his life. His grandmother, Katina, held on to hope, praying for a miracle. "He lost a lot of oxygen to the brain," she said, "so he has no brain functioning right now." For 9 agonizing days, Messiah remained on life support. The pain for Kyla's family was immeasurable. Then came the unbearable choice. On January 17th, Messiah O'Neal was taken off the ventilator and passed away. The medical examiner would later confirm a crucial detail. Messiah's death was not a result of a gunshot, but from complications from his mother being shot. This single, devastating finding proves that domestic violence doesn't just claim one life. It creates multiple victims, leaving a path of destruction far wider than anyone can imagine. Dante McCray's fabricated story of an accidental shooting couldn't stand up to the truth. The security camera footage from the Amazon parking lot became the key piece of evidence, showing a different, more brutal reality. When confronted with the video, he admitted to pulling the trigger out of anger. This irrefutable evidence led to his guilty plea on 2 counts of second-degree murder. At his sentencing, Judge David Lutz made a powerful statement. He ordered Dante to serve consecutive sentences, one for Kyla and one for Messiah. This legal decision explicitly recognized Messiah as a separate victim, a life taken before it had a chance to begin. Dante received a combined sentence of more than 47 years. In the end, accountability was served, a small measure of closure for a family facing unimaginable grief. Kyla's brother called her the glue to the family. Her 3-year-old daughter, not fully understanding, told her older sister she wanted to become a superhero to go find her mom. Their pain is a profound reminder that the impact of domestic violence lasts forever. This story shows us the devastating power of control and violence. but it also shows us the strength of community. If you know someone in an abusive relationship, you can be their lifeline. Listen to them without judgment and connect them with resources that can help. Sometimes, all it takes is one person reaching out to make a difference. Kyla's story is a reminder of the quiet, insidious nature of domestic violence. If you or someone you know is in a dangerous situation, there is help available. You are not alone. Please reach out to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. What do you think is the most important lesson we can take from this tragedy? Share your thoughts below and help us keep this conversation going. Our hearts ache for Kyla's family. Words feel inadequate, but please know you are held in deepest sympathy and prayers. May you find strength and comfort in the memories of Kyla. Thank you for watching, for your attention, and for joining us on this journey of reflection. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and above all, stay safe. See you on our next video.